Previously on Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. I bet he pores over his case files here until the wee hours of the morning. And he takes off his jacket, rolls up his sleeves, and goes to sleep using his arms as a pillow. I don't believe it. She's actually daydreaming about Edgeworth working. Oh my god, Phoenix, don't you understand? He's so hot. Yes, I get it. He's hot. I'm hot too, right? Right, guys? Are there any Phoenix Wright stands out there? What's going on, guys? This is Bunzi, and welcome back to another episode of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. So, where we last left off, we started the first investigation phase of Rise from the Ashes, and oh my god, guys, it is so good. I love the characters so far. I love Emma. I love, like, the new, detective that we have, what's his name? Officer Marshall. He's like this weird guy. He's a cowboy. He thinks he's like on the open range or whatever, and he says, oh, them's fighting words. We shoot people like you down in Texas, but he's actually from LA. We meet this, I don't know, this weird lunch lady. She's called the Cough-Up Queen. She gives us boxed lunches, and I think she's dating the cowboy guy. That's weird. But more importantly, we meet up with Emma's sister, Lana Skye, who is the chief prosecutor of, the entire, prosecution organization or whatever. And she's being tried for murder. She murdered a guy named, Bruce Goodman. Goodman. And, she's admitting to it. She's just saying, like, yeah, I did it. I stabbed him. And she stabbed him in the stomach. And then what's funny is that she shoved his body in Edgeworth's car. And she killed him with Edgeworth's knife, which was in Edgeworth's car. So now Edgeworth's just like, what the fuck? Why? Why does this always happen to me? Everyone keeps accusing me of stuff. Thankfully, no one thinks he did it because Lana is saying, yes, I did it. And apparently there was a witness, the lunchbox lady that I talked about just now. She apparently saw Lana kill Goodman and then shove him into Miles' car. And then she got caught, not that far after. Oh man, so it just sucks for Edgeworth. No wonder he has gray hair already, and he's only 24. He is so stressed, because the police department and the other prosecutors, they don't like him. They've made up all these rumors about him. I still don't know if it's true that he actually forges evidence, or if they're all just against him, because we find out in the last episode that they really don't like him, and they don't like him so much that they stopped Detective Gumshoe from actually being a part of the case. They moved him out. They're trying to remove anyone who is affiliated with Edgeworth, and I think they want to set him up to fall. Because the chief prosecutor can't prosecute herself, the only other person that they're going to have do it is Edgeworth. And people are spreading rumors that, Edgeworth just wants to do this because he wants to become the chief prosecutor, which I don't think is the case. It's just a whole bunch of bullshit going on. I don't know what's happening. But then also, as you already know, this is the special bonus case for the DS, so there are some brand new mechanics that weren't in the original 4 cases that we did. So now we can look at evidence, and we can, rotate them around, and, we can look behind them and underneath them and search for more clues on that evidence that we already have. And then also, they just up the budget. I don't know what they did for this new case, because the animations are better. Like the opening cutscene when they showed the killing, it was like a 3D animation cinematic cutscene with all these flashes and panels going on, and then there's a 3D model of a shadow stabbing the victim, and it just looks so nice. It looks so good. It's a major upgrade from the first 4 cases, which obviously were just pixelated. And they were static pictures that were just panning all over the place. But this was an actual 3D animated cutscene. It looks so nice. So anyway, guys, we are about to start the first day of the trial. And I don't think we have enough evidence for much of anything, but I'm just going to assume based on the pattern that's been going on so far, that Lana didn't do it, even though she's saying she did it, and she's somehow being set up or something or other. Because, I mean, that's what happened all the other times. None of the other people I defended were bad, so I don't know. Anyway, let's get started, guys. I am excited. February 23rd, 9:34 a.m., District Court Defendant Lobby number 2. How did the investigation go yesterday, Mr. Wright? Frankly, there are still a lot of gray areas. Or rather, the whole thing is one big gray area. Don't worry about me. No matter what the outcome, I'm ready to accept my fate. I believe in you, sis. Mr. Wright, let me offer you a word of advice. Yes? A defense attorney should never believe their clients. The defendant is called to trial because they are suspected of wrongdoing. Never forget that. Sky, you remind me a lot of Mia. But there is one decisive difference between you and her. And that is, you're not a defense attorney. I believe it's almost time for the trial. Good luck, Mr. Wright. See, what I'm wondering is, like, I'm just going off of, all I have to go by that she didn't do it is the pattern of all the other people that we defended not doing it. So if she didn't do it, why would she confess? So there's something else going on here. There's like some big conspiracy between the police officers and the other prosecutors. Something like some higher-ups are behind all this. My first trial without a Fae helping me. No one's gonna bail me out this time. I'll be alone in there. So I have to discover the truth all by myself. Let's do it, Mr. Wright. I'll be with you the whole way. Hey, you're gonna help me? Are you my new... I guess she's my new Maya, my Echo Fighter. February 23rd, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 9. Oh yeah, see, she's with me! Okay. So we're not using magic and ghosts. We have the power of science on our side! Court is now in session with the trial of Miss Lana Sky. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Edgeworth. It's been 2 months, but I haven't been in a courtroom since his trial. I hope that personal feelings will not be a part of the proceedings today, Mr. Wright. I will choose the path I think is right, regardless of what those around me might say. The judgment to be made here is in our hands, not those of anyone else. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening statement, please. Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky has committed an unpardonable crime. Not only this, but she was rash enough to commit it on in the prosecutor's office lot. Wow, he's much more forceful in person! I suddenly feel like confessing to everything! Yes! However, she will now pay for her rashness with her life. There was a witness to her crime. A professional witness. Well then, call in your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls its first witness, Miss Angel Starr, to the stand. The Cough-Up Queen. Haven't I seen you somewhere? Ooh, that looks good. You ordered the caviar lunch, right? Oh! Caviar! I've never eaten caviar before! Aren't those fish eggs? Jez is really woofing it down. This is so good. Guilty! Lana Sky is guilty! Judge, wait! Oh, this is so good! More! Feed me more! He just sucks in all the lunch boxes like Kirby. Ah, and for you, I have a Fiesta Bowl. Thank you. Will the witness state her name and profession? Ah, and you, sir. Did you order the fingerprint lunchbox? It is too early for lunch. Your name and profession, please. Well, Your Honor, how does it taste? She's just ignoring Edgeworth. So, this is why everyone raves about caviar. It's so tasty, it hurts. I always thought caviar would taste like pickled tapioca. What? The pudding? What the heck does pickled tapioca taste like? Name. Profession. Now. Me? The name is Angel Star. No relation to Jeffrey. Don't go forgetting it. I find yourself running Lunchland these days. Is that what you wanted? Me to say, Mr. Edgeworth? Very well. Witness, please describe the incident to us. The prosecution will wait! I'm not finished eating! Hurry it up! More! Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. He has like caviar and crumbs in his beard. As you know, we usually call the police to provide a description of the crime. Your Honor, as Mr. Edgeworth has said to the court, I am a professional. What exactly does that mean? Until 2 years ago, Miss Angel Star was a special investigator with the police. Oh, okay. She was a first-rate homicide detective. Oh, damn! What?! Miss Star was a detective?! Ah! Aha! I know who you are! Cough up? Cough up Queen, Angel Star, Your Honor. Long time no see. Oh my god! I'm such a fan! Very well, you may continue with the description, Miss Star. Just who is this lady? If I might have the court's attention over here. The parking lot at the prosecutor's office is divided into 2 blocks. A block is for the prosecutor's office personnel. B block is for visitors and clients. A chain divider separates the 2 blocks. I suppose that's to keep visitors from taking up prosecutor's... Oh, I suppose that's to keep visitors from taking up prosecutor's spaces, yes? The crime took place by a car in the back of A block, in the car's trunk. The killer stabbed the victim with his knife, and went to drive the body out. Unfortunately for her, there was a witness, and an arrest was made on the spot. And who was this valiant witness? Why, it was me, Your Honor. Parking lot floor plans. The parking lot with Edgeworth's car. Witness, did you see the very moment of the crime? Of course, Your Honor. Immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor. Wait, did you tackle her? Seems rather cut and dry, doesn't it? Well, Mr. Wright? I can't agree on your principle, Your Honor. It seems that some poor losers are unwilling to accept the truth, Your Honor. Shall I proceed to crush what little hope they have remaining? Oh, yes, please! If you can, then give them your worst, Miss Star! Yes, yes! Wait, are they talking about me? Somehow I always knew a day like this would come. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend, when I sensed something. Perhaps it was my finely honed detective's intuition at work. Oh, damn! Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand, and she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. Bringing a lunchbox to your boyfriend. How touching. As you can see, there's no room for doubt. The key point of your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife which you saw being stabbed into Detective Goodman. Did you like that? Did you like my joke? No. Boo! So, how does it feel to be so utterly crushed? I'm still thinking about that. It's merely a flesh wound, Mr. Wright! Merely a flesh wound. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. Oh, God. Alright, let's read through that one more time. Somehow I always knew a day like this would come. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend. When I sensed something, perhaps it was my finely honed detective's intuition at work. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand, and she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. Okay. Now we're just gonna press everything. That's what we do here. How did you know? I respect the prosecutor's basic abhorrence of crime, yet their methods are ugly and twisted. Twisted methods will always lead to tragedy. The lunch lady's uninformed opinion is duly noted. Given that they are used to erasing inconvenient evidence at their whim, killing off a detective that knew too much is merely an extension of that. Miss Starr, do you have something personal against prosecutors? I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if I hadn't been laid off by those prosecutors over there, I'd still be one. Laid off? She was fired? To me, prosecutors are nothing more than worms. That said, I am a pro, as you know. My testimony is unbiased and flawless. Very well. You may continue, Miss Starr. It's on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend. This boyfriend, he's the detective? Not that boyfriend, the security guard. That boyfriend? You have several? Oh! Yes, this boyfriend, that boyfriend, and the other boyfriend. What? Care to join? Oh! The yet another boyfriend position is still open for applicants. He had to think about it. I'll stick with the lunches, thanks. I'm not into sloppy seconds thoughts. Note to self, the judge had to think before replying. The security guard room is in the lot in A block. It's up on the second level, so you can see everything from there. That would be the room with the security sign. Incidentally, did you bring her lunch boxes by car? Since I'm a visitor now, I parked in B block. So she was in B block when she witnessed the crime. When I sensed something, perhaps it was my detective intuition. You sensed something? So you're saying you had a premonition of the murder? It felt like... how would you say... oh yes. It was like the feeling you get when you view a pumpkin chock full of seeds. I have no idea what that means. Speaking of a detective's intuition... wasn't the victim Mr. Bruce Goodman also a detective? Yes, well, he was like a young cheese. A young cheese? A pale white cheese, not yet tangy with experience in the streets. A greenhorn. Then I must be hard-yellowed and sharp as tack. Ew! Yeah, with the odor of old cheese, the bitch! Emma! Emma, stop! In any case, there in the lot, I felt something stirring in the back of my mind. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. By garish car, you mean Mr. Edgeworth's car, yes. Mr. Edgeworth's? Incidentally, the knife with which the victim was stabbed was also Mr. Edgeworth's, wasn't it? Indeed it was. Oh my god! Edgeworth, did you do it again, you naughty boy? I didn't do it! I didn't do it, Judge! What an odd case this is. And the person you saw, you're sure it was the defendant? I saw her from no further than 30 feet away. I am certain it was her. If she's telling the truth, we're doomed. Let's just do what we can. Even if we don't have any proof, we can always nitpick. Witness, in your testimony, you clearly stated the following. Prosecutors are nothing more than worms. Ergo, you are a biased witness. You might want to keep those silly opinions to yourself in the future, rookie. Huh? Rookie? Unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me. I'll fry you like a fritter. Crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside. Ooh, that sounds delicious. That was inspiring, Judge! She's not going to date you! I believe I've heard that tagline elsewhere. You could cry plagiarism? I may be relegated to the lowly post of lunch lady, but my instincts are honed. Oh, she's wearing a bloody trench coat! Lana! A photograph? You took this? The moment I witnessed the crime, my reflexes took over and snap! I took a picture. In fact, one of my lunch boxes is rigged with a camera. How? Why? Lana! I suppose that's more exciting than just hanging it around your neck. Witness, why am I only seeing this photograph just now? You think I'd show it to you, a prosecutor? Think again. My boyfriend works in the photography division of criminal affairs. Well, this is most certainly the defendant. She's wearing a bloody trench coat. The moment of the crime is photographed by Angel Star. Uh-oh, that is unmistakably Lana Skye. What was the defendant doing at the time? The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Tell me more about this knife that the suspect was carrying. Well, I'd say the blade was about 4 inches long. Is that right, Mr. Edgeworth? It is your knife, after all. Yes, that's about right. Prosecutors are by nature very well versed in the locations of a man's vital organs. I'm sure it was easier than boiling an egg for my egg salad surprise set. You can't testify as to her ability to kill an egg. I mean a person. Perhaps a chicken salad set would have been a better metaphor. So, the defendant was holding a knife. What then? And she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. Tell the court why you didn't try to stop the crime. You did see her raise the knife to strike, no? Well, I mean, she was behind the fence. Depending on how high it was, she couldn't really do anything, could she? The defense has a point. Unfortunately, by the time I realized what was going on, it was already too late. Too late? Yes. The next moment, the chief prosecutor brought down the murder weapon. I see. It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. We can make it! So it's only a flesh wound. You said that before. Anything else? Scientifically speaking, Miss Starr's testimony is flawless. You're not helping, Emma! Sounds pretty fatal to me. What do we do? Is this it? Is my sister guilty? Wow, this is a short case. Let's just keep our heads cool and press the witness a bit, shall we? For some reason, having her panicking next to me makes me feel calmer. Don't smile like that! Alright, let's look at that, photo we got. So she's wearing a bloody trench coat. No prints, which makes sense because she's wearing gloves. So there wouldn't be any fingerprints. Lunchbox to my boyfriend. When I sent something, perhaps it was my finally home detective intuition. The wire fence is the chief prosecutor sitting next to a garish car. The chief prosecutor is holding a knife in her right hand. Okay, so Lana is a visitor, so she would be in Block B. Okay, that car up there is Edgeworth's car. So, I mean, she could have seen through the fence, because it's just a chain fence. Chief prosecutor holding a knife in her right hand, and then she's thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. Wait, I didn't mean to do that. No. Okay, let me try that again. Wait, let me look at that picture again. She's wearing a bloody coat, gloves. It's on the way, load her lunchbox when I send something. Chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Well, she's not she just doesn't have a knife in the picture.
Objection!
And you witnessed this? You saw this guy stab the victim with the knife? As I've already said, yes. I swear it on my finest salmon swirl lunch. Ooh, what is that? That looks good. This game is making me hungry. I'm sure that is a fine lunch. May I have it? You already had like 5 boxes, Judge. I need more! But isn't that odd? Look at this photograph. This is the photograph you took at the very moment of the crime, is it not? Then why is Miss Guy not holding a knife? Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Objection. He doesn't even yell it! That had to be the weakest objection ever. Objection. Oh, I'm tired. I want to go home and watch The Steel Samurai. Actually, no, it's The Pink Princess now. Yet it was still stronger than your ever-feebled mind, Mr. Wright. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This photograph was not taken the moment before the stabbing. This was taken the moment after the stabbing.
Objection!
And how can you tell that? Blood splatter. Huh? See the dark crimson stains on the chief prosecutor's coat? But it's a black and white photograph! Yes, it's hard to tell, but this could be blood. Or, they missed when they were drinking coffee? Well, Mr. Wright, I see no problem here. No problem, except you. Mr. Wright, are you gonna just sit there and take that kind of abuse? You got a better idea? Objection. Slam my desk. Wait, that contradicts what the witness said in her testimony. Namely, that she took the picture the moment she witnessed the crime. Well, it seems I was slightly unclear. My apologies. That's it? That's it? If you run out of lunch, you order seconds. Problem solved. If you don't like it, try ordering the jumbo-sized lunch from the get-go. Good advice. I'm not sure I understood it, but good advice. I didn't have time to stop her. Prosecutor Skye was cold calculating like a robot. She killed without pain or remorse. It was a premeditated murder. Ooh.
Objection!
Premeditated? How do you know? Look at the chief prosecutor's hands in that photograph. Oh, are those gloves? Yep, yep. And I said that. Surgical gloves made of thin rubber, most likely. Why would she have those on? Was it... I mean, it's February. It could be cold outside. If it was not premeditated, she would not be wearing those gloves. I don't know, everyone in this town has a weird fashion sense. Maybe she likes that. These gloves do seem to tell a tale of premeditation. Premeditated murder, a serious offense. Witness, add this to your testimony. The murder was planned, the rubber gloves prove it. What if she was just in the habit of wearing gloves, like driving gloves? The gloves were admitted as evidence when the defendant was arrested. They were rubber gloves of the kind used for autopsies. In other words, when the chief prosecutor came to the crime scene, she came to do murder. It's the only possible conclusion one can make. Everything was planned. It was a premeditated crime. Impressive. I'm sorry that they took you off the force, Miss Starr. This is bad. She's got them thinking this was all planned. If she can prove this claim, the trial's already over. I've got to think of a way to show that this wasn't premeditated. It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright! We can make it! Why do you keep saying that? You've said that before. Anything else? Scientifically speaking, the Star's testimony— You already said that too! What do they do? Oh my god. Wait, no! Wait a minute. You said the murder was planned, but she used Edgeworth's gun that was just conveniently in his trunk. So unless she already knew that Edgeworth keeps a knife with him, then it wasn't premeditated. No, fuck you, bitch! No! Gotcha, bitch! Witness, do you know what this is? Are you trying to test me? I sell boxed lunches for a living, you know. That's a knife. The knife. The knife that was in Mr. Edgeworth's trunk. Indeed, it is my knife. What's with this case? The bloody murder weapon, a red car, all belonging to the prosecutor there. The defendant is the chief prosecutor for the district, right? Mommy, our prosecutor's bad people! Who brings their child to a murder case? What the Are children even allowed in the audience? Is this just entertainment for this town? Mommy, I want to see... I'm a big fan of Miles Edgeworth. I want to see him in court today. Okay, dear, I already bought the tickets. Yay! Oh my god. The defense has a request. We ask that the witness provide an accurate testimony. What's that, rookie? In your testimony, you stated that Lana Skye planned this murder, and that's why she was wearing those special gloves. Seems like a natural conclusion to me. The gloves do indicate planning. However, why would she not also prepare the most important thing? The murder weapon! Oh! This knife just happened to be in the trunk of that car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're gonna plan a murder, you don't forget the damn weapon, bitch! Mommy, are all prosecutors bad? I don't know why that made me laugh. Order! Order! Great, now the tide is turning in our favor. Great show, Mr. Wright. My sister's as good as free. I don't know about all that. Oh, tis. Right. I believe the next lunch you'll be eating is humble pie. What? I hate pie! I'm a cake person myself. I hope you are deluding yourself into thinking that the tide has turned. Not over such a trifling detail. But this shoots a hole in the whole premeditated theory! Bah! The prosecution could care less if it was premeditated or not. The only one who seems to care is that lunch lady over there. The defendant, Honest Guy, murdered a detective with a knife. That's the only thing the prosecution need prove. Nothing else. Very good, Mr. Prosecutor. I suppose you think you're clever now? But you know as well as I do that she planned on killing him. It was planned. If it wasn't, why would she have been wearing? I believe I'd like to hear your testimony again. Witness, please tell us only what you saw, not what you thought. How dare you? My powers of deduction are not to be underestimated. Really now? Lana Skye intended to murder Detective Goodman. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Why? Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge the knife in again and again. It was only one stab wound, lady! And according to, who was it? Officer Marshall, they only did one case together. They never talked after that. What are you talking about? The victim was summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office. It does sound a lot like premeditation, doesn't it? So, if I ordered a pizza, does that mean I'm planning to kill the delivery boy? Only if he's hot. In any case, the defense may now cross-examine the witness. On a Skye intended to murder Detective Goodman. You've said that, but you haven't told us how you know. That's what I'm about to tell you, rookie! I believe what you just said was a mere prelude to the story she is about to tell. Try not to interrupt her again. Rookie? Never interrupt a storyteller. It's like pulling a bun out of the oven half-baked. Something's half-baked here, alright, and it's you! Try not to confuse the defense witness. They're not very quick on their feet. Edgeworth! Now, why did you believe the suspect had intentions to murder the victim? Her actions speak for themselves. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. You have no proof that Miss Skye called him there. You have no proof that she didn't. Mr. Edgeworth, thoughts? There is no record of a call made on the defendant, Miss Lana Skye's phone. She might have written him a letter. What? I think you just have a problem with Lana, lady. Come on, you could have tried public phone first, at least. Yeah, there was even a phone down there in the parking lot. Why didn't you just say that? A letter? In any case, the victim came to the prosecutor's office where he was murdered. I'm sure he had a reason to be there. Witness? Why do you think it was the suspect who summoned the victim that day? I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Why? What kind of grudge? Well, I wouldn't know that. Then why are you bringing it up? What are you talking about? Of course you don't. That's because she didn't have a grudge. Rookie, I have a lunchbox here. Now, what's inside? I don't know! How am I supposed to know? See? We agree there is a lunchbox here, but we do not know what's inside. A person's life is like a lunchbox with pretzels. Don't you agree? But pretzels are delicious. What are you talking about? I get it! That's why my lunch was so salty! This judge isn't even good with metaphors. The suspect had a grudge against Detective Goodman. What grudge? Will you tell us your basis for thinking this? It's simple. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge in the knife again and again. That's not a reason. That's not a... Why are you making shit up? A human machine? That's a contradiction. Please. Can't you find fault with something of substance, Mr. Wright? Note to self, Mr. Edgeworth's sight smells like citrus fruit. What? How do you smell that? You say again and again. How many times did you stab him exactly? We often say chop into 1,000 pieces, but we don't actually mean 1,000 pieces. What difference does it make if the deed is done? How come she's getting mad at me? She's getting mad because she's talking bullshit! Let's just say she stabbed him several times and leave it at that. Leave it at that! Judge! We have the autopsy report! He was stabbed once in the stomach! What the fuck is wrong with you people? Mr. Wright, you should speak up if you have an objection, you know. Yeah. Challenging her abilities to detect really set her off. The short wick burns out the fastest. It's a scientific fact. I wonder, wouldn't it depend on the size of the candle? I mean, add more wax and even a really short wick will burn longer. Obviously, more scientific testing is required. God, Emma, just shut up! No! You're just talking shit, lady! No! Where is it? Yeah. You're dumb, what the hell? You say she stabbed him again and again, but you couldn't have witnessed that. Are you testing me? Then I'll test you. With my moss surprise. Ew! Why? I'm afraid the moss is growing under our feet as we wait, Miss Starr. What do you mean? I shouldn't have to explain this, but take a look. The autopsy report states that death was due to a loss of blood from one stab wound. Aha, you're right! Good show, Mr. Edgeworth. I did that! What a hunk! He's my hero! Oh my god, I just want to rip his suit off! Emma, calm down! What about my objection? No one knows. I'm the one who brought it up! Rip off my suit! Well, witness? What is that? You get the crime scene set, right? Is that just rice with ketchup on it? Oh, thank you. I always believed that no one could ever mistake ketchup for blood, but now I realize that such mistakes are possible. So, you're saying you mistook something for blood? When she lifted her knife, I thought I saw blood at her breast. Splattered blood from the victim. Blood from her breast? I don't even see blood in this picture! That's why I thought she must have stabbed him at least twice. Then tell us what you saw. Then tell us what you saw that you thought was blood. Testify! Her red muffler looked like blood to me. That's how ghastly the whole scene was. What's a muffler? Her red muffler? Yes, like oh, the scarf. The chief prosecutor always wears one around her neck, so she can be easily hanged at a moment's notice. God! What is wrong with you, lady? She does have that red scarf, wasn't she? But wait, isn't it odd that you mistook that for splattered blood? Well, people often mistake my beard. What? For a bib! Judge, shut the fuck up. A judge with a bib. That's why this place feels so much like a kindergarten sometimes. No, seriously, everyone in this town is weird. Actually, I do think I saw some traces of blood on her chest. However, the autopsy report is clear on this matter. There was only one knife wound. Apparently, Miss Starr isn't entirely sure of her own testimony. Mr. Wright, this is our chance. Chance for what, I wonder? Miss Starr has turned out to be as short-tempered as she looked when we met her. Challenging her abilities as a detective really set her off. The short wick burns the... we already saw this. Alright, now what? She called the victim. I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge. Her red muffler looked like blood to me. That's how ghastly the whole scene was. Something is wrong here. Let me look at that again. Oh, she wasn't wearing her scarf! No! Fuck you, bitch! Gotcha, bitch! Again! Miss Star, I demanded a... The witness is clearly not suited for detective work. What? The suspect was not wearing a scarf or muffler of any kind when she stabbed the victim. And you've proved it yourself. But this photograph... Huh? What the... That can't be! Only a professional lunch lady could be so utterly clueless. Congratulations. Perhaps you've finally found your true calling in life. Harsh words! That's a sick burn, baby! In the end, Mr. Edgeworth prevails. What was my objection? Was my objection chopped liver? No one cares about us. It's all just Edgeworth. Fine, Edgeworth. You know what? Fuck this. I'm leaving. You can be the protagonist. You get the spin-off game. But it was there. A scarf. No, not that, but something red, really. Huh? Well now, where were we? The witness has given us an entertaining interlude, but back to business. What? Very well, witness. Continue your testimony. You saw the crime and apprehended the suspect. Tell us about that. Very well. I do remember some things accurately, at least. Ultimately, we couldn't shake the most important part of her testimony. The most important part? The part where your sister stabs the victim. This next testimony might just be the moment of truth. Apprehending the suspect! After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition off to her side. I quickly caught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot. Ah, yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. The chief prosecutor made to escape, but against Angel Star, resistance is futile. You are quite determined about this scarf, aren't you? I strike like a snake and bite like a cobra. That's a snake, though. That's me, Angel Star. That wasn't a very good metaphor. First of all, a cobra is a kind of snake. Don't bother me with details unless you want to get bitten. No, thank you. I don't know where you've been. Note to self, Mr. Wright is weak against poisonous snake bites. Isn't everyone weak against poisonous snake bites? The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. An oil drum? Hard to imagine. Oh, she's beautiful but deadly. A predator, that one. A leopard woman. Row! Very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination, if you will. A leopard woman. Oh damn. After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition off to her side. So, where is this partition on the floor plan? I'm sure she was the wall next to the car. Oh, that thing with the water thing. That's right. There's a wall there about 6 feet high. She's obviously trying to hide herself. Quite a natural thing for a criminal to do. And what did you do then? Quickly caught her, explained her rights, and arrested her on the spot. You say quickly. Were you close to the suspect? As I just said, I was only 30- Wait! I don't understand! The 2 blocks are separated by the gate, right? How did you get over there? Huh? Maybe I should press her. How'd you do that? I'd like to see this on the floor plans, just to be safe. Yeah, there's, like, no openings. Like, because I thought maybe there was, like, maybe a small sliver where you could walk back and forth between the 2 blocks, but no, there's a chain link fence. She said that she was on the B side. The Lunchland car was here, She was a visitor that she parked in B block. So you witnessed the murder from here. That would make it about 30 feet from the car, yes. Is that correct, Miss Starr? Yes, that's right. But there was a chain link fence in front of you. I went over it, of course. You're telling me you climbed that thing? Amazing! The Coffin Queen Lunch Lady athlete, indeed! It would have taken her a little time to climb the fence. Yeah, and if Lana noticed a woman climbing the fence trying to get after her, she'd have enough time to run away. So she couldn't have gotten to my sister that fast. Yeah, that fence was about 9 feet high, too. So how did this guy not get away? Ah, yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. Why would she mention a muffler of all things after getting tackled? She mentioned the muffler? What exactly did she say? If I remembered her exactly, I would have told you in my testimony. Cheeky. Anyway, all I heard her say was the word muffler. Just that one word? So, what you heard wasn't the suspect talking to you, but to someone else? Yes, the chief prosecutor was talking on her phone. Her phone? She can't mean. Ask further. By phone, do you mean this cell phone discovered at the scene of the crime? Yes, ultimately. Ultimately. My memory. It's like a salmon heading upstream, you see? No, the court doesn't see, Miss Starr. The chief prosecutor first attempted to use the phone hanging on the wall. On the wall? That's right. Near a car. There's an emergency phone on the wall. Apparently it was out of order, so she used her cell phone. Indeed, the emergency phone was out of order that day. Good witnessing, witness. Good witnessing? What am having a good testifying? You should of course add this to your testimony. Things I do to please this rookie defense attorney. You're lying, lady! The word muffler was overheard during a call made to Emma at 518. I saw it all as she tried the phone on the wall but had to use her cell instead. But if she had her cell phone, why would she even think of using the emergency phone? I don't understand. Wait, no, go back. Go back! Do you think you can restate your testimony for the court? Aha! I was going to ask the same thing! I'll only say this one time, so listen close, rookies. The chief prosecutor stabbed the victim and ran behind the partition. Then she picked up the emergency phone on the wall, but it was out of order. So she pulled her own cell phone out of her pocket. And during that time, you climbed over the chain link fence? And when I boldly grabbed her arm, the chief prosecutor hung up her phone. And you saw her doing this. What is it, Mr. Wright? The chief prosecutor made to escape, but against Angel Star, resistance is futile. Okay, something was up with the last thing. I'm gonna go back to that one. I just wanted to press this last part. She made to escape? Can you be more specific? She brushed aside my hand and ran. It was a terrible sight to see, like a dollop of lard on a pate of foie gras. Huh? She even kicked over an oil drum at me. An oil drum? There's an oil drum lying on its side at the scene of the crime. But it's strange. What's that? If she wanted to escape, why didn't she run the other way? The parking lot entrance! That's right! It doesn't make any sense that she would run from behind the partition to the oil drum. Excellent. More mysteries. I wish we could solve a few before finding more, though. So, Miss Sky tried to run? I'm sorry my sister is so suspicious, Mr. Wright. Not as sorry as I am. But she didn't do it. You have to believe me. I saw it all, how she tried the phone on the wall but had to use her cell instead. Chief Prosecutor made to escape against Angel Star. Let me look at something. The word muffler was overheard during a call made to MF518. Let me check this out again. Okay, so her car was here, she was standing here. Apparently, Lana was killing at Edgeworth's car, and then she ran away. And Angel's saying that she went behind this partition on the phone, and then she jumped... Wait a minute! How did you see her? No! I saw it all. How she tried the phone... No! You couldn't have seen her! You didn't hop the fence yet! Miss Star, I have to conclude that you have a personal grudge against Miss Lana Sky. Yes, seriously. Objection! The witness is a former detective. Her testimony is unmarred by personal bias. Well, who'd have thought you would be my knight in shining armor, prosecutor? You, who together with the chief prosecutor, kicked me out 2 years ago. Ooh! Well, Miss Star, this is a fatal contradiction with your testimony. How do you explain this? I don't know what you're talking about. Mess with me, and I'll make you cough it all up. Oh, God. Oh. Let's look at the floor plans. You said you witnessed the crime from this point. Yeah, so she was over here, and she said she saw Lana go around the partition to the telephone. How did she know that she tried to use the telephone? This was before she jumped the fence, so she couldn't even have seen that. However, if that's true, you couldn't possibly see this guy making that phone call. I believe you see what I'm getting at. The emergency phone was on the back side of this partition. If indeed you were in B block, you couldn't have seen it. Order! Order! What is the meaning of this? It's simple, Your Honor. She's not coughing up lunch, she's coughing up lies. Boom, baby! That's quite a claim, Mr. Wright. Perhaps you will allow me a question. Tell us exactly what lie this witness has told the court. Here's where the counterattack begins. I can't afford to get this wrong. The witness lied about what she saw, where she saw it, the order of events. Or she saw it. This guy tried to use the emergency phone, but it was out of order. What is significant about this fact? Nothing. Therefore, it can be pointless for Miss Starr to lie about it. Pointless to lie. I see. But say the witness did actually see Miss Guy using the emergency phone. It would mean Miss Starr witnessed the crime from a different location. Yeah, she was in A block. A different location. Wait, no. Because how did she get... Because that picture, you can see that she's taking a picture through the chain link. Okay, so she might not have been in A block. A different location? Now that's a pointless lie if I ever heard one. Before you call my lie pointless, at least let me tell it. Let me ask a question to our clever wordsmith, Mr. Wright. Just where was the witness when she saw the crime? All the testimony we've heard until now points in one direction. The place where she was at. Oh, okay, maybe... Okay, maybe she wasn't A block, but she wasn't the one that took the picture. So maybe someone else was in B block taking the picture? Cause we see the chain link in the photo, and it looks like someone is looking from afar behind the chain link taking the picture. So maybe it wasn't Angel that took it. Okay, so where would she be? I guess the security room. Take that! This is the only place where she could have been. The security guard room? Indeed, the security room in the underground parking lot is well positioned. It's built on the second floor, so you can see the entire lot. She would have been able to see the emergency phone from there. But why there? There are many other places where she could have seen the phone. No! Not in this case, Your Honor. The witness, not being part of the prosecutor's office, couldn't park in A block. The only place where she could have seen the crime and the back of the partition is here. Oh, that's right. I remember in your testimony you said you brought a lunch to your boyfriend in the security guard room. Well, Miss Starr? How many years have I been getting the better of men? To think that the tables could be turned. Today a man has got the better of Angel Starr. Order! Order! Witness! What have you done? You used to be a detective. You should know better. I'm not turning back. The guilty will be punished. And I'll do what I must to make sure justice prevails. The guilty? Was you talking about Miss Sky? Mr. Wright, doesn't this strike you as odd? Why did Miss Starr lie? It doesn't make sense. Huh? She could have just said she saw the crime from the security guard state. Yeah, that wouldn't have been unusual. Apparently everyone knows she has a boyfriend in there, and she's the lunch lady. She just walks around passing out lunches. So it wouldn't be weird that she was in the security room. Why did she lie? It wouldn't change anything. Exactly. This photograph tells all. It was the defendant who stabbed the victim. That truth still stands. No! It still stands? I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth. What? If a witness is found to be lying, they're guilty of perjury. She knows this. She wouldn't risk that without a good reason. So tell us what her reason was, Mr. Wright. Huh? Me? Who else? Mr. Wright, let's review what we know. Okay. Miss Starr witnessed the crime from the security guard station. But she lied and said that she saw it from B block. It must make a vital difference, but what? What would change? Distance of the crime. It changes the distance between her and the scene of the crime. My condolences, Mr. Wright, but one look at the floor plans and it's quite clear. The distance between the scene of the crime and the guard station is 30 feet. I don't see how that would change what she could see. What she saw is not in question here. What matters is the time it would take her to reach the scene of the crime. Miss Starr, you witnessed the crime from the security guard station. Now, how long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime where you arrested Miss Sky? Well, witness? You... Yes? Are those rubber bands? You ordered the squid wheels, right? Ew! No! No! I don't want your rubber bands! The quality of my lunches has gone from low to inedible. I was bringing a PB&J lunch with fresh boysenberry jam to my boyfriend. Isn't boysenberry, like, poisonous? Boysenberry for your boyfriend! He wasn't in the station, so I waited. I witnessed the crime from the glass-walled station. Before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running towards the scene. But the door was locked. I couldn't open it. What? Are you serious? There is no way! That's why I had to go through the visitor's parking lot and be- Wait up, what? So you're telling me that you were up there, and you saw her stab- You saw Lana stab the guy, so then you went to the security door, but it was locked. So then you went all the way around, took the picture, and apparently she was still stabbing the guy, even though she only stabbed him once. Took the picture, climbed the chain link fence, and then tackled her. What? That's quite a detour. It probably took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the Ah, fuck that! 5 minutes! This changes things considerably. It was that woman over there in the defense chair who stabbed him. I know it! I have the photographic evidence! So you saw... I don't... How?! So you saw her stab him, you go to the security door to immediately leave, but it's locked. So you run all the way around, take the picture, jump the fence, and then you... What?! There is no way you did all that! I swear it. I swear it on my finest plastic spork. You have a point, and the spork is a wonderful invention. I can eat spaghetti and soup at the same time! Would you like another caviar lunch? Absolutely! Judge! Judge! Uh-oh. Mr. Wright! You have to do something! Stop him from eating that! He won't listen to us! Do I have any evidence to stop this? Objection! 5 minutes between the witnessing of the murder and the arrest? Think about that! You can make pasta in that amount of time, if you like it al dente. I've got lunch boxes that tie pasta into knots, rookie. No. A 5-minute blank. Isn't that strange? Strange. If you were a criminal, what would you do with 5 minutes, Your Honor? Well, I guess I'd flee this- Hey! Don't get the wrong idea. I didn't kill anyone. But you have the instincts of a killer. You would run. But this time was different. Miss Sky dawdled at the scene of the crime. She even had her picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable. Well then, it seems we've come to the end of this testimony. The witness has a grudge against the defendant, and a blank in her testimony. Miss Edgeworth, is the next witness ready to go? Unfortunately, I appear to have overestimated this witness on account of her professional history. We did it! We screwed that kid shut, Mr. Wright! That was too close. I'm afraid that the cough-up queen has been dethroned. And with that, court is adjourned. Woo! Oh! I don't want your rubber bands! Mr. Edgeworth, you ordered the squid wheels, right? No! That's what you're trying to foist off on me! I prefer not to take the defense team's leftovers. Anything else to say? Oh, snap, crackle, pop, bitch! I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence. What was that? This is another one of her trick lunchboxes. My apologies, but we have no further questions to ask of you, Miss Starr. Ah. Is this your jumbo lunchbox? Oh! Oh, a triple-decker! Mine! Gimme! He starts ripping the box apart with his teeth. Out of deference to the witness's determination, I will allow one more testimony. Let's hear about this decisive evidence. Oh, God. Oh, this is so good. Like the Lunchland motto says, you won't be disappointed. What's she gonna pull out of her lunchbox this time? Decisive evidence. I should have mentioned this 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now, to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? 2 types of blood were found on this shoe. One was, of course, the victim's. And the other blood type matched that of the defendant, Miss Lana Skye. This shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence. What? There was blood found on that shoe? Try Lunchland for all your lunch and decisive evidence needs. Witness, what's the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence? Simple, as I've already said. I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself. And you had blood tests performed? Didn't I mention? I have 3 boyfriends in forensics. Aw, damn. In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence. What? You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. In other words, this shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being. Is that right, Mr. Wright? Seems so. Andrew sure is celebrating. Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, this shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Aw, fuck! Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. Edgeworth is looking pretty sullen. You can at least study some evidence law, really? Hey, I'm just bullshitting here. I don't know what is going on. I don't even know how I got here. I just bought a suit at the Goodwill the other day. Mia walked up to me and she was like, "I like your spunk, kid. You want to work for me?" Sure. The prosecution's complaints notwithstanding, it appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. However, it seems you have yet another count against you, witness. Anything to ensure that the guilty are properly judged. White enamel shoe. Bears traces of blood from Goodman and Lana Skye. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. Alright. Should have mentioned this 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. Why did you lie about this 5 minutes? I guess you could say I just wanted people to look at the results. The results? How many times do I have to say this? I saw the chief prosecutor stab the victim before my very own eyes. Compared to that, a 5-minute blank means nothing. Then why didn't you just tell the truth? Don't make me laugh. We're dealing with the most untrustworthy of the vile lot known as prosecutors. Damn, she hates you, Edgeworth. Falsified evidence, arranged testimonies, erasing and manipulating evidence. When you fight monsters, you need to use every trick in the book. This from the suspect is admitting she did it? But false testimony is the most despicable crime of all, Miss Starr. Let's just get this over with. And now to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? No, you didn't. And you found the shoe at the scene of the crime? I detained the chief prosecutor and notified the police department. I wanted to make myself useful while I was waiting for the police to arrive. So, like an ill-trained pooch, you snuck off with a shoe. I was afraid someone would erase the chief prosecutor's crime. This shoe is my secret weapon if that should happen. See this fashionable basket I have here? It carries more than lunchboxes, gentlemen. I'm happy for you and your lunchbox bag, really. In any case, you removed valuable evidence from the scene of the crime. Now tell us what you did next. 2 types of blood were found on the shoe. One was, of course, the victim's. So you brought it to the forensics department? If you're going to submit something as evidence in court, you need it approved. To do that, evidence must be analyzed by a forensics expert. And she got away with her little coup because she used to be a detective. The shoe does appear to have bloodstains on it. Well, the man was stabbed after all. And that blood belonged to the victim, Detective Goodman? As I said, there were 2 types of blood found in the shoe. And the other blood type matched out of the defendant, Miss Lana Sky. You can't say that for sure that the blood belonged to the defendant with a blood test. You claim to know something about blood tests, rookie? Huh? Well, speak up! Well, blood comes in 4 types, A, B, O, and AB. However, you can't tell from a blood test whether a murder was committed in cold blood. Phoenix? That's just a figure of speech, Mr. Wright. Actually, we can differentiate between millions of types with all the blood tests out there, which means that we can more or less narrow any sample of blood down to just one person. Or so I hear. That's pretty specific. If I had a little more time, I would have gotten DNA test results. But they said there's very little doubt it could be anyone's but Miss Lana's. So the suspect's blood was found on the victim's shoe. That ties it directly to the death of Detective Goodman. I was afraid he was going to say that. If she proves it, it's flawless, decisive evidence. Can't let this evidence go through without a fight. Ew, what is that? You ordered the peppered fish guts? Oh! Some like it hot, Mr. Wright. Some like your client. She's in enough hot water to make a whole vat of soup. Mr. Wright, do you or don't you have a problem with the shoe? Yes, I have a problem with it! A problem? This is critical. Is there a problem with the victim's shoe? Yeah, there's a problem. If I'm not imagining things, I'd say that there's one critical problem with this evidence. And there's a clear contradiction. That gleam in your eyes. You're still young, rookie. I'd give you a peppered fish gut now. But you couldn't take the heat, could you? Ah! Are those even cooked? I don't like any of this. Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What is contradictory about the victim's shoe? Show us the problem with this evidence. Ew, that's a lot of blood. Take that! I wonder if you noticed. There's blood on the bottom of this shoe. Don't mess with me, rookie. Or it'll be your blood on the bottom of my shoe. Indeed, there was quite a bit of blood on the bottom of that shoe. It makes sense. The victim was stabbed with a knife. Yeah, but I mean, the blood splatter would just be on the top of the shoe, right? Unless he was gutted alive with a chainsaw, there's no way it got on the bottom, right? I don't know. What could possibly be contradictory about blood on the bottom of his shoe? What could be contradictory about the blood on the bottom of his shoe? Why is there blood here? If there's blood on the bottom of the shoe, wouldn't there be, like, footprints or something? I mean, I don't see any footprints in this picture. Is that it? Could that be it? There's no footprints? I mean, we have a full health bar. We can try it out. The problem lies in the footprint. Oh, I was right! The footprint? Note that the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then, isn't it strange? Why weren't any bloody footprints found by the scene of the crime? Oh! As you can see, there were no traces of any such footprints at the scene of the crime. That contradicts your claim about this shoe. This picture only shows part of the floor, so there could have been bloody footprints. No, we were there. There were no footprints anywhere, if I remember correctly. Then where are they, Mr. Edgeworth? Because we checked the scene and found nothing of the sort. Order! Order! Well, witness? What? Great going, Mr. Wright. It's true that the lack of a footprint is a contradiction. But then we have to ask why there wasn't a footprint. Oh, that's true. There has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint. Think, Mr. Wright, think! Why wasn't there a footprint? Hey, I don't know why it's not there. I'm just good at finding contradictions. I'm good at bullshitting. What? Ho, ho, ho. I see. Now I get it. Get what? What do you get? Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. We were hoodwinked to the very end. What? She's in on it? But she slipped. There was one vital hint of the truth in her testimony. What are you talking about? Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspects. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. Oh, she's beautiful but deadly, a predator, a leopard woman. What about that? I thought that was a strange thing for the normally cool-headed chief to do. No kidding. Now, witness. Allow me to ask you a very simple question. This oil drum. Was it empty? Oh! That! I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth. Though apparently you're not the slowest conveyor belt in the lunchbox factory. Witness! Well, was the oil drum empty? The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. Water? What does that mean? Still don't get it, Mr. Wright. No, I don't get it. Do you want to know the reason she knocked it over? The real reason? Oh, if there were footprints, the water would have washed it away, right? Ah! You don't mean... Yes. The suspect knocked over that oil drum for one reason and one reason alone. To erase the bloodstains that would become evidence against her. What?! That ties things up quite nicely. The bloodstains left on the victim's shoe tie her quite clearly to this crime. Then, after the deed was done, she knocked over the oil drum to erase the telltale signs. Why, that's a prosecutor's specialty. Erasing evidence. That reminds me, this guy's right hand was hurt. Didn't she say she cut herself when she stabbed him? So that's when my sister's blood got on the shoe? Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial. Oh god, we're boned. Mr. Wright, do something, please! What? What can I do? Your sister has confessed to the crime, and she tried to conceal it. But... Enough. There's no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor. Very well. But Angel Star is on the prosecution's side! She could have been lying about the water! This court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Sky. Oh, thank God. Who holded it? Little girl. What did you just say? Oh, fuck! Huh? Me? Did you just say that I, Angel Star, was on the prosecution's side? Well, yeah, you are. You're saying my sister hid evidence by erasing the bloody footprints. Well, I thought you'd had your fill, but here you are demanding a second helping. Another lunchbox. A lunchbox called evidence. Well, wait, witness. Don't tell me you have something else. Objection! The time for deliberations is past. Any further comments and you will be held in contempt of court. Your threats don't scare me, the cough-up queen. Look at this! Look at it! Oh! You have another photograph? I had it just in case anyone had the gall to suggest that the white shoe didn't belong to the victim. I see no room for error in this evidence. Mr. Wright, wait! Look at the asphalt in this photo! What? Hey, it's clearly wet! Oh dear. Erasing the last trace of doubt from the court's mind. Immediately after the murder, the crime scene was washed with water. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I couldn't help after all. It's not your fault. I knew I couldn't win this case from the beginning. And it seems this is what your sister wanted anyway. No! I'm sorry, Mia. Right. Wet or not, don't be so quick to throw in the towel. Get yourself up off the asphalt. Take another good look. Don't give up. Not until the bitter end. This is the last piece of evidence. Very well. This time I'd like to declare a verdict for good. Objection! It was me! Your Honor, wait! What is it with you people? Can't I hand down my verdicts in peace anymore? Ever since you and Edgeworth showed up, I haven't been able to bang my gavel! Whatever it is, can it wait? No, it can't wait. Then it'll be too late. Hey, that rhymed. Look at this photograph. The last one submitted. This trial isn't over until we give each piece of evidence proper consideration. So, right. Are you saying there's a problem with this latest piece of evidence? Yeah! I'll think later! Yeah, there's a problem. Right or wrong, I gotta go ahead with this. I suppose, since we've come this far, we should give every claim a fair shake. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show the court the problem with this photograph. Oh, God. What? Oh! Oh my God! I forgot! Muffler doesn't just mean scarf, it's a car part too! What is this? The problem in this photograph is here. What's this? There's something poking at the car's muffler. Wait just a moment, Mr. Edgeworth. Your Honor? You just said muffler. However, I see no trace of a muffler or scarf of any kind in this photograph. No, we're talking about the car! A muffler is also part of a car or motorcycle, Your Honor. Just think of it as a part of the exhaust system. A pipe. I see, and I see. What's that suspicious-looking cloth sticking out of the car's muffler? So what if there's something sticking out of the muffler? What does that have to do with this case? Nothing! Absolutely nothing! Sorry, Miss Starr, but it's not going to be that easy. In fact, you've already told us why this is important to the case. You said as much in your testimony. What? Let's hear what Mr. Wright has on his mind. Tell us why you think this piece of cloth on the muffler is related to the case. Because of the cell phone! Miss Starr, recall your testimony for the court. Ah, yes. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. Muffler. Oh! Ah! Could it be that the muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhaust pipe? If so, that means this piece of cloth is vital evidence. Oh. Ah! She died that day. Well, it seems we'll have to suspend the proceedings. Suspend? I find myself wondering about that piece of cloth. If we leave any question unanswered, here we do a disservice to the law. Have the car at the crime scene inspected at once, and bring me that cloth. The verdict will wait until after we've seen all the evidence. Agreed? I suppose so. That was close. But we made it. At least for now. This court will adjourn for a 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime after all! He's still hungry? To be continued! I want fifths! Jesus, Judge. Alright, guys. And with that, we are done with the episode. Trial ladder. Oh, yeah, I noticed that. These episodes are extra long, so this is a big-ass case. It's probably not even going to be 3 days. They're probably going to extend it to a 4th day. Oh, man. Yeah, so that angel lady, she has a problem with prosecutors in general, but she has a major problem with Lana. But she mentioned that it was because of Lana and Edgeworth 2 years ago that she lost her job. So that's why. Oh, I'm still confused about a lot of stuff, though. I guess we'll find out later in the rest of the trial. But alright, guys. That'll do it for this episode. If you made it this far into the video, thank you so much Please give a like and a favorite and a comment down below because I want to talk to you guys. I want to discuss. Have a wonderful day or night, wherever you are in the world. Know that you are loved. And I will see you all in the next episode. Bye, guys!